Good morning, all. So last night I received an email before bed from Christopher that he has completed the advanced remastered version of Roller Derby Time, the Hall of Fame edition. He asked me to make available the brand new, really it's the second edition of Roller Derby Time. He asked me to make a PDF copy available free in the Google Drive. Again, for those who don't know, Christopher made Roller Derby a few years ago. It was unbelievable, based on my basketball time engine. That version is still here in his folder. So anyway, Time Games by Christopher. The original, which was way back in the day. I don't know, it was way back in the day. It was a few years ago. The original Roller Derby Time is still here free. This is kind of a fasting playing based on team ratings. His brand new version is focuses on individual players, including player creation, off-season career mode, and also injuries, which is incredible. So he has done a brilliant job remastering Roller Derby Time. Gone is the allusion to Big Country universe. This is solely got every real life league in it, similar to the original. So the original free version had all the real players and teams from certain eras or certain seasons. This also continues that. Again, you can make your own fictional skaters and do your own career mode. Brand new. And of course, just in March, less than a month ago, he released Alpine Skiing. So there will be a link in the video description box below to grab any of Christopher's games as free PDFs, but also to let everybody know to continue to support the. Let me see if I can pull it up here. I think I can do this. It might work. There it is. Also, the Big Country Roller Derby Time Hall of Fame edition is now gone. It is now, for those of you, lucky few, who purchased the original paperback, that is now a collector's item, as that is no longer available, as we have replaced it with Roller Derby Time Remastered Hall of Fame edition by Chris. And again, this is top quality ink and paper. It has to be color. It's on premium paper with a wraparound cover, brand new cover, Roller Derby Time Remastered Hall of Fame edition. And all the profits for this paperback go directly to the Roller Derby Hall of Fame, Gary Powers and the Roller Derby Hall of Fame. So, the old version of the game, the Big Country Roller Derby, is no longer available. And you can get this exact same brand new version of the game here for free, PDF, or you can get a really nice paperback version of it with a wraparound cover. And this, again, all the profits for this book go to the Roller Derby Hall of Fame. So it's a wonderful thing to support. If you want to basically make it, in a way, it's a donation to the Roller Derby Hall of Fame. As none of this, there's no proceeds go to me or Dell or the Candlelight Games or whatever. So, or to Chris. Again, Chris does this as to share for the love of the sport, which is wonderful. So anyway, this literally just went up as of 4:15 in the morning on 4/4/26. It's 28 pages, premium color paper, coated paper. So it'll stand in a saddle stitch, so you can push it flat. It's so fantastic. So I wanted people to know that they can still support the Hall of Fame by ordering this brand new paperback. Okay. And I won't spoil it here, but he's working on another game. Chris has done a brilliant job using my Time Sports engine to make, I think, some remarkable. Again, I haven't had time to really play Alpine Skiing other than when it first sent it to me. I first sat down and rolled some dice. But the Roller Derby game, both the original free version and his later Big Country version with some off-season career stuff, I have played the hell out of it. It's just a blast. And so his remastered game, I think people will really dig, as it's now involving the whole team of skaters, every individual skater now. So very cool. So congratulations, Christopher, on a perfect revised advanced second edition. That's what I would call this ultimately. Fantastic work. Also, I wanted to let those who are watching know. So I had a question about Time Sports, my D6. So yesterday I played the 1973 Stabler Oakland Raiders New York Giants 73 game using my Time Sports D66, my brand new D66 football simulator for the Time Sports engine. And somebody had asked where they could buy it. Well, I wanted to make it clear it's completely free. You can get it here under Advanced Time Sports D66 Football. It is completely free, or you can purchase the paperback that I was playing on the tabletop the other day. So in the video, you'll see what the little booklet looks like, the cover. That book is available for purchase for, I think, $7, $8 from Lulu if you want to have the the official booklet. But you can just download that version of the game here free. So again, I think I've made it clear. I try to provide on most of my games some free version of the games. So there's no reason that you can't enjoy what I'm enjoying, or at least have a chance to play the games that I create, and the amazing support from the community. Christopher's games using my engine, my advanced fictional franchise games with the support from Randy, and it's just been amazing. And even Kevin Elias has produced a couple of things that are in here. So you'll also find not only my games and a lot of my support documents for games I love, but you're going to find lots of support from customers and friends and subscribers that play my games and share. Not to forget the Rodney's amazing work. And again, I want to make this clear. Advanced Time Sports full football uses the football time or Big Country Football Time. It's completely compatible with any version of Football Time. Again, which Rodney has created the entire history of professional football, including Canadian football, for those games, and 100% compatible with the advanced full engine. So as I was doing yesterday, playing my 73 Raiders against the 73 Giants, using those simple ratings for the Football Time games in this full complete simulator, there is no better value in any gaming, in my opinion, than these Time Sports games with Rodney's amazing historical tomes. Just no better value. I sat down the other day. My wife, a few years ago, I bought that my first Apple football game. And it was with the season. It was like $160 with tax and shipping. And I'll never forget, my wife said, you spent what on a tabletop game? And I said, yeah, well, that's what it costs. It's a lot of players printed on cards. And I'll never forget, the other day I told her about, again, I was sharing with my wife how Rodney it's just amazing what he's done for the whole community by providing the history of sports for my games. And a little while later, she comes in with a calculator and says, I did the math. 100 years of football teams from Apple or Stratomatic on average, to purchase all of those, it would be something like $12,000 or $20,000. That's if Stratomatic and Apple offered the entire history of professional football, which they don't. But if they did, it'd be something between $12,000 and $20,000 to own. And you can get it all here completely free. I mean, not those games, my games with those historical tomes. And we're not talking about just football. We're talking basketball, baseball, hockey. And so that's a pretty That's a pretty amazing thing for people to get their entry level, their footprint, get a taste of this amazing hobby. And then they can know fully whether they enjoy it and they want to continue to do this, and maybe on a more advanced, prolific level, like an Apple football or a Stratomatic football or a play action football, or I'm trying to think of all these amazing football games, second season football. I mean, all of these amazing, big time sports games. So hopefully people get a chance to show up, find my YouTube channel by accident, see me doing this, and if they listen, they'll know that they can get these files and give these games a try for free. And maybe it brings people to the tabletop game hobby that left when they grew up, like all of us. Once we went off to college, or once we grew up and got married and got real jobs, I think a lot of us kind of left the hobby, and then we found our way back. There's a lot of young people today, I don't think, unless their fathers introduced them to this stuff, and they might give these things a try if they were affordable and attractive, etc. So anyway, I want to thank Christopher for continued work. And Christopher has another game coming. I will not share what that is, but I'm going to tell you now. I'm super excited about it. It is a sport that I've been absolutely. Ironically, it's a sport that I've been researching in the last 6 months. I've been watching old YouTube videos on this sport. It is a sport I've known my whole life. I've known of its existence. And I have only recently tried to learn a little bit about it, and I've watched some old YouTube videos on it, and it's amazing. Not because I wanted to make the games, but because I wanted to learn a little more about the sport. And he is working on that, and again, so who knows when that'll be available. Alpine's game came out of the blue. He just dropped this on me and said, here it is, and then he told me he was remastering Roller Derby, so I've been waiting patiently. And it's fantastic. So I'm leaving up the old original free version because it's team-based, so you don't have to handle individual players. And then there's the brand new second edition Hall of Fame, which is individual players. So that's a great choice for people, depending on how much time they have or how they want to handle it. So the Big Country version is now out of print. It is gone. So for those of you who did support the Hall of Fame and purchase that Big Country version, you now have a nice collector's book. Again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and thank everyone in the community for their support. All of my friends and all I would call them peers, the people who contribute. I mean, I've had individuals send us league files of the leagues they're playing. There's been some amazing work by friends in the community that created league files for these games that are available. I'm trying to think of the other big add-on, of course, that someone sent. I hate to always wax poetic about Rodney, but what he's done is really for the whole community. And it's where else in tabletop gaming can you get every single league and team in history? So I hate to always brag on Rodney, but the reality is it's a pretty epic thing. There was also another big one here that somebody sent me. Dang it. Okay, we got our historical team. Okay, that's my stuff. Shoot, I was just going to mention it. Now I've forgotten what it was. By the way, folks, Dell has a brand new updated Rally Sprint. I forgot to mention this in a video the other day. So Dell updated the free demo Rally Sprint. I left the original in here, but the updated version is here for those who are playing and enjoying Dell's Rally game. He clarified a couple of rules, and I think he added a couple of things that came out of questions from the community. So that's kind of what the demo was for, was to get some feedback. And he got a couple of great questions, which allowed him to realize he needed to address those things. And so he did, and he updated it. So I wanted to let people know that's here. I forgot all about that. And of course, for those who don't know, Big Country Silver Screen non-art version is the Big Country. This is the advanced version of Silver Screen. The book is beautiful. Dell's done a brilliant job with the art and everything in that book. This is the free no art version. There's no art in this. Let's see here. And then of course we had my Gladiators game that I just released a couple of weeks ago. That's available here free. Where are we at? There was some other thing I wanted to mention. Oh, I think it's Express. Yeah. Dell's Flash KO Boxing Express game is here now. That he gave that to me a while back, but again, I didn't have time to do an update video on this. But you can grab and try his Flash KO Boxing Express version of the rules. And there was one other thing, and my mind has gone now. Okay, that's it. I think I covered everything. But yeah, so for those who watched the video yesterday and like my new football time, it's called Time Sports D66 Football Simulator. It's actually here under Advanced, so that would be where to find that. And this, by the way, I finished this literally. I literally finished this the day that I found out that Jeff Downey had passed away. And so when I went back in before I published this book and finished this file and dedicated it. So this work is dedicated to the memory of Jeff Downey, who was one of the first tabletop sports download. It's the first time I'd ever seen anybody was selling ebooks or PDFs, and I think the first thing I ever purchased from Jeff Downey was one of my all-time favorite games, Game-Winning Drive Football, which I still say to this day is one of the best fast-playing possession-based football games. If you want replay and good historical recreation, they are amazing. And Jeff Downey is the man that published and released those for the game designers, and along with Fast Action Football, so many great games, and then Jeff's own games. Anyway, so I literally had no idea Jeff had passed, and I got an email from a friend said, by the way, and I was literally finishing this when I got the email, and that's when I realized I needed to dedicate this to his memory. And so you'll find if you purchase the paperback, it has this free version is exactly the completed finished full paperback. So the original proof paperback was not a standalone game. This final version is a standalone game. I added everything you need to play. All you need to play any football time games is this for the full football game. I also added how to create historical teams quickly, but you don't need to, as Rodney's already made every team in history for us. But this allows you to quickly, if you just have the certain stats, you can just make the teams quickly. Career athlete position rules for tracking athletes as they go through if you're playing fictional or even want to pick up and play fictional beyond, say, the Dolphins 72 season, you want to keep playing the Dolphins, you can actually age out Dolphin players. And then, of course, there is advanced team creation and adaptation notes for Apple football ratings. So you could break out your Apple football. Let's say you're playing Apple football and you say, today I want to use Jason's D66 game. It's a little faster. And you know what your grades are. Your offense grades out to an A. Their defense grades out to an A. And you'll match those up on the matchup charts here. And then you can use these charts for, again, I don't know why you would use this game for your D66 Apple, since the full version of Apple has its own brilliant game. But you could use those grades to quickly match them up and do the possession scoring or the instant scores. So let's say I rate out again. I grab my 94 Raiders, who I think are 37 offense, and their defense is like a 39. So the Raiders would be a BA, and they might be playing the Broncos, who are a BB or something, and you match them up, and I get my grades, and I can quickly roll out the Raiders score and the Broncos score if I want to quickly simulate and keep it somewhat, but it just allows you to. And then, of course, using the dice system, create fictional teams fast, and you know what their grades are, right? Okay, and so when I say it's no longer a standalone game, I mean it's no longer it was a support document. It's now a complete standalone game. because you can create teams, play out the full sim, and you can also play out the possession scoring using this book now, and the instant scores using this book. With modifiers, if you're playing high school football, this is what you would affect these scores for high school games, pro games, college, Canadian, and indoor arena football. So it's a complete game book now, but it's meant to be a full every snap football simulator for the time sports teams. And again, for those who don't know, that tome, it's down here under original time sports games, the entire history of baseball, basketball, football, Canadian football, alternative leagues, USFL, AFL, and of course, hockey, and and the football time, which is the entire NFL's history. So where did I get those ratings for my 73 Raiders and the 73 Giants? I came in here and I snatched up the ratings, matched them up in the book. The Giants, again, as I said, were a 2-11 team. They were a D and a F minus. Of course, the Raiders were a 9-4-1 team. They are a B offense, A plus defense. And the results of that game were very similar to real life. Of course, the Raiders in real life beat them 42-0. In my replay yesterday, we won 56-7. So there was a little more scoring from both teams. One of them was a pick six for the Raiders. So it could have been 49-7, which ironically would have been exactly the 42-point spread that occurred in real life. But again, I've never boasted my games were meant to be perfect historical simulators, but they're meant to be accurate enough that you can use football time and play football time in service to your your APAW. So let's say you're replaying your Baltimore Colts in 1965 in APAW, but you want to sim the rest of the universe around them, or you want to sim the games for all the other teams that are coming into their house or whatever. You can use football time as a support game for Stratomatic replays or whatever. But I use my games, especially advanced versions, for my own replays. So those who haven't noticed, I have moved on from APAW, Stratomatic. I don't play. Stratomatic is literally now in storage collecting dust. APAW's been in storage now for 6 months, 8 months. I am no longer playing anything other than my own football games, either the fast play games, or I'm playing Parallax Football, really primarily. And by the way, Parallax Football, which is brand new, released just since the Ides of March, all versions of that are available free. So again, you don't have to purchase the paperbacks. And of course, as I've said before, Rodney created the entire history of professional football, including Canadian 58 to today, for use with Parallax Football. So anyway, I think that's 100 years of professional football, every single team in history, and the book, the actual rule book, and charts are free. There's no better value in tabletop sports gaming. So hopefully people can enjoy it. So all right, thank you everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful Easter. Happy Easter. And we will be releasing Tally Ho, World War I Wing Commander, in 3 different books over the next couple of days. We will have a saddle stitch version, a perfect bound paperback, and a hardback linen book with a wraparound dust cover collector's book. There will be no free version there will be no PDF version of Tally Ho Wing Commander. So you will unfortunately have to purchase one of those books. The perfect paperback should be the most affordable. It's 40-something pages, art on every page. Dell did the art he did the cover, and he did all the art in the book, and it looks fantastic. And so that should be available from Lulu via Dell's. Again, when Dell publishes everything, I will put a link so everybody knows where they can buy that if they're interested in our Tally Ho World War I biplane war game. So everybody have a wonderful Easter. Bye-bye.